Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom of Bulgaria here in July of 1351, where we are dealing with the smallpox, right? Epidemic. Still on the backside of the Black Death, thankfully. We did, in our last episode, take a little bit of land from Wallachia in Serbia. And we are starting to build our road, a gravel road to Leskovitz and to Sliven, which will take 412 days, so that's going to... Oh, dear God. The people of Kazalia influenza. So now we have the flu. So we've had the plague, we have smallpox, I think we had typhus, now we have the flu. And I mean, again, I'm all for the suffering. Like I said in the last episode, I'm not somebody who's going to rage quit just because life was hard as a ruler and as a people during this period of history. Because, well, one, it's still hard today, and number two, it is somewhat realistic. It's just come on, can we potentially just go a year here without getting wrecked? We are cracking down. Speaking of getting wrecked, we are cracking down on our rebels to try to prevent from being wrecked. Negative 19% to the Mongolian Patriots, and negative 29.29%, negative 0.19%, not 19%, negative 0.29% for the Bulgarian slave uprising, which, to be honest, I'm a little confused as to why we have so many slaves in Bulgaria. I mean, we have a lot, I know that, but it's influenza and smallpox, plus the Black Death, and we're losing about 1,000 people a month. I mean, we were kind of making a little bit of progress on some of our RGOs, and maybe not so much our burgers, but our RGOs, and now we're back to not making progress. So, and we have a crap ton of provinces which are not, these are locations which are depopulating, so that's depressing. Following provinces are not being integrated: Pirin, Ismail, which we knew about, Tablika, Bulgarian West Mutedia, South Oltedia, and Bulgarian Vardar. Which, I mean, I don't. So we got a ton of provinces that are not integrated. We did decide, or I did decide, not we, to stop the integration of Pirin to try to focus on putting down the rebels. Yeah, I don't know if that was the right decision or not, but that's what we went with, or what I went with. I don't know why I keep saying we. You did not have anything to do with it. To anybody who watches, it was all my decision. We are still trying to build up our spy network in the Byzantine Empire. I think hoping that somehow we'll be able to fabricate a claim against territory. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's the hope. Negative 7,000. And why? I understand people dying, but why the hell inflation? People died, so we have inflation? I mean, I guess it could have an impact, don't get me wrong, but it's that's a weird, hey, death. Welcome to inflation. Okay. We are still trying to, and I keep saying that, I apologize, trying to improve the relations of the Kingdom of Hungary. We almost have gotten to the green. Not quite yet, but almost. We have 88 legitimacy. We are making 4. Yeah, I know. Hiamboli. Negative 189 people. This is depopulating. I mean, we have smallpox, the plague, and, well, we no longer have the flu, so at least there's that. At least the flu is relatively short-lived. We also have 24 prestige, negative 0.15 monthly. We have 3.17 diplom. Yeah, okay. 3.17 diplomats. We still have not created a sergeantry, so we don't have any regiments. We do not have any professional soldiers or spare manpower. Man, when we took those lands, which the Byzantine Empire concluded the peace, so we were not responsible for that. However, it gave us a little bit of a buffer for what we had lost during the Black Death. Not everything, right? It was 100,000 compared to the almost 500,000 people that we lost. But it did help, right? And now it's just like, hey, guess what? You're going to lose a lot more people. Although we did lose the little modifier there that say we had diseases in our country, so maybe we'll go back to gating a little bit of people. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I don't want any of this. I don't care about any of this. Our agent was discovered. If there is one thing that I do think the game has made too difficult and unnecessarily difficult in a way, is how you get claims on land now. It's, I understand what they did, right? They tried to make it a little bit more difficult than just saying, hey, build up a spy network and be a map painter. I get that. But at some point, I should be able to say, hey, I want territory. We're rivals. I'm going to take your territory. Like, that should be a thing. If it's not a thing, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go up here. We're going to, they like us pretty good. I was going to say we're going to improve the relations with Poland, but they actually still like us pretty good. Which is good, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. There really wasn't as much of a need as I thought there might be. We do have negative 0.5 lumber and negative 0.25 sand. I think Drastar? No. There we go. But we're also missing 321 laborers, so it's just like I don't know if it's worth trying to build a building when we're already really that short in terms of, employees, workers, whatever you want to call them. We do have just 31% state satisfaction from the nobility because we refuse to give them their more privileges or give it to their old demands. 33 stability, 841,000 people, 50% happiness with the priesthood or the clear, and 58% with the burghers, 54% with the peasants. They have 9 spare people there. They get a burgers here. Taco Vista, negative everything. Kind of looks like, well, not negative everything, but negative laborers and burgers. Struman, another town. Again, just negative. Like Varna, negative by 142. Plovdiv has people. Is there anything down here that's actually going to make us a decent amount of money, potentially? I mean, a tailor's skill, but that takes wood and it takes dyes. 2 things we don't have a lot of. We did get back to positive population, 593 that month. There we go. There we go. I think it costs 243 to build like a road. 239, my bad. My bad. 239, not 243. That's just an insane amount of money. we only get 0.56 because lock and control and proximity. What if we build a road there? That costs 100. It would take us 100 gold to build, 100 ducats to build a road. What profits over? 250. 255. Okay, 176 to go here. We don't have 176, but that is just amazing. Like that, like seriously. Okay, fruit, I think we actually, and we're not missing labors. We do have an unused trade capacity. What the hell? Oh, that's right. We did take more territory. It's just like, how do we have all this extra trade? I have to adjust something. Sorry, kind of by a window, and unfortunately, I mean, like the sun is shining, which is good. Fortunately, it is literally shining in the window right on top of the desk, and so it's making reading the information a little bit tricky. This would also help our economy. What are we currently trading? That's it? Amber and rice? Okay. Imports for profit. Well, we can produce dyes, so I don't really want to do that. Do we need livestock? And horses, like, I don't. We're already doing that. Fiber crops. Sugar. Okay, well, none of that makes money. Gold. I mean, importing silver from past. We don't need any. Like, dye we need. Amber we don't need. So plus, like that, it's really worth it. I mean, it's money, yes, but like, we have a plus 2.85 saffron balance in Constantinopolis. We can export that. Is it silk? We have a plus 17 silk. That we can export. Because we had 17 of that, so I think so that should take care of our surplus there. We already had we're up to 5.22 ducats now monthly, which again, it's not a lot. But considering we started out negative, then went to like 1 and then 2, and now we're at 5, at least temporarily. It's not nothing. Especially since we're still trying to freaking get our people back, right? I mean, so every 2 months right now we get 1,000 people. They don't. Guess we'll build a spy network on Serbia. 83.5 million people have died. 469,000 of them were Bulgarians. Yuan lost 22.1 billion. Delhi lost 5.3. France 2.4. Castile 2.36. Egypt 1.95. Serbia lost 4,000 and 400,029. So very comparable to ourselves. Very comparable to ourselves. We have more trade. 0.11. Not really worried about that. An unlikely inheritor. A landed member of the nobility has died without an immediate heir. Our heralds have determined that under Bulgarian law, the exact title was passed to the lowly German Regelov, a very distant relative. Despite his blood connection, he is clearly not of noble stature, so it might be preferable to merge the title to the crown instead. If we invest the new noble, they will lose satisfaction. If we usurp it for ourselves, we get plus 10 towards the aristocracy, and we gain 10 prestige. Yeah, we'll do that. Although we now have lost money because, reasons. Maintaining trade, I suppose, right? So fruit, they have 1 out of 8, negative 8.29 ballots. Nationally, it would be I'm trying to see what it would be. 0.18 profit per level, and we get 4 fruit slaves or laborers plus 4 fruit. That sucks. Irrigation costs 34. Doesn't. I mean, it will give us something, but it's not necessarily going to give us much. What is this going to cost? 38. Man, stuff is expensive. What the hell? We had 300 days at one point, and now we're up to 400. I know we were under 400 days. I know we were under 400 days, but okay. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's up to 0.22 now. Which, I mean, is still more, but as we continue to lose money because reasons. Um, what would it cost us to build a road? 230. We, mm. What did a bailiff out here cost? So a bridge. All pops gain 4.13% satisfaction. Okay. I mean, that's good, but not what I was hoping for. Um, then again, we are spending more diplomatically to set up another spy network. So there is that. Right? There is that. Wait, what just happened? We were at just under 400 days, and now we're at under 250 in 1 month. Um, and somehow I'm gaining more and more trade each month. Um, and we don't have enough fruit. Um, Importing it from past is going to lose me money, but it's also going to help our people have a little bit more of what they need. Not enough, but so in that regard, it maybe doesn't make sense to make a trade deal that's going to lose money. But if it improves our people's happiness and willingness to be governed by me a little bit, I think that's maybe not the greatest idea in the world, but I don't think it's terrible. It will cost me 140, 147. Mm, damn. Mm, 239. We're 100 away from being able to build a road from Pleven to Tarnovo. Oh boy. Um, I honestly don't know. Like we have burgers, we have a lot of priests, a scriptorium, but again we need dyes, so that doesn't make sense. We can't build anything there. A distillers guild. Taylor's guild, but we're using dyes. A library. What? I know. I wanted to see how much it was going to cost. 34.28. Masonry paper 1, books 2, tools 1. Apothecary would produce little bit of medicaments. A wide variety of plants and edible products have been used throughout history to treat all kinds of illnesses due to their medicinal properties or supposition thereof. Some were more based on actual properties than others, while in some cases it was more a matter of belief in their effectiveness. Okay. Excuse me. Again, wood, but we don't have enough wood. God damn. Sorry. 3 days, dear. Liskovitz, I mean, we do have what? 54% control and 53% proximity. So, like, really, like, that itself is not the problem, right? Like, now it'll be interesting how that improves us, or if it improves us. And over here, where I would like to kind of build a bailiff potentially, we're still missing 40 laborers, although we are producing more gold. So we are improving on that negative 0.59 now on the balance, right? $712, like our rural people are like Tutrakat, 213 for lumber, 446 in Stalik for sand, and 712 in Glubrica for gold. Now our burgers are a lot worse off, right? Again, we're getting all this freaking gold. Or not gold, but trade power. But diplomatic move. Diplomacy between nations is often inflected by random factors on both sides involved in ways that are beyond the ability of the diplomatic corps of either state. With the ever-changing vicissitudes of our relations with our neighbors shifting even more swiftly than usual, our diplomats are finding it difficult to keep up. We'll just improve relations with neighboring states. Negative 127.9. Oh, they are great power. Negative 145 because they don't trust me, but they like me. So I mean, I don't know what that's really worth, but they like me a little bit better. All right, so in Tarnovo, we have a little bit of burgers, 38. Okay, fiber crop farm plus 0.8. Do we actually need fiber crops? I mean, you know. Okay, lumber mill. Now this is actually going to be good. Total profit per level is due to plus 0.29. Because, right, and this is going to take what? Laborers? How many laborers do we have? 709. This is going to take 50. But this is actually good, right? Because wood, obviously, for buildings, right, is something you definitely need. So being able, and I think if we look at our goods, just look at the Constantinopolis market, right? Especially since wood also is what's used to produce dyes. So sturdy grains, rice, incense, fruit still. We're perfectly balanced on lumber. But if we increase our dye production, right? Profit per level plus 1.95. We're going to need more lumber. And if we're going to try to eventually build more, we're going to need more lumber. So we can't build a library here. Or if we're going to put more paper, right, for more books, we're going to need more lumber. So 4.4 tools. Where do we have the tools? Yes. Okay. This is 51.51. We're going to build it. So we are building a lumber mill in Tarnovo. Did take us down to 102.21. Obviously going to, hurt us in terms of how fast we could build these roads. We do have burgers here. Although so is there building like we could actually, a distiller's guild. What does a distiller's guild do? It uses wine, pottery, and glass to make liquor. Liquor is an alcoholic beverage produced by distillation of very different types of products of plant origin. Plus 0.80 is the profit. I mean, we do have a lot of wine, 19.37. What about liquor? Like, where are we at on that? Okay, I mean, and just out of curiosity, where are we on like paper? So that's cloth, wool, paper? No, that's not paper. Oh no, we have an unprofitable building. We are back over 5 ducats. That's kind of amazing. Paper. I mean, I guess I could just look it up as well, but silver, books, we have plus 1.08. Where is that? That is paper. Plus 3.04. Okay. And see, we're not using anything to build it, apparently. Interesting. Well, tell you what we'll do. I don't really want to build anything just yet. Serrata's negative 4.77% prosperity is obviously a problem. No, the nobility insurgents. We just cannot not have rebels right now. Biden. No, okay. We have another claiming of the throne against Everett. I don't want to claim these damn thrones. I want like provinces of land and people. I mean, I guess technically, if I claim a throne, that would give me that. But It's just like, man, okay. Sure, that's still missing a lot of people. I don't know. Like, I want to build stuff, but I don't have the money, and I'm going to go so far away from being able to build more of these roads. Marriage union formed, Wallachia and Bulgaria. We will now protect each other when attacked. We have a claim thrown Casus Belli on Wallachia. Um, okay. Interesting. That's 150. It cost me 150 to build one road. Wow. I'll take 100. Right. Wallachia no longer sees us as their rival. We have a lot of goods again. Um, I just want goods. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, not what I wanted. Um, no. I don't want. No, I don't want to automate it either. Um, there used to be a way I could just go in here and be like, trade all, like, find all my goods, right? But it doesn't. All right, saffron. We don't have enough. Why am I exporting it then? Seriously. Okay, there we go. So where is the liquor? We're gonna make everybody drunk, okay? That's how we're gonna survive. There it is. Who can we export this to? Trapezus, take. Hello. Take our liquor. Um. Oh God, the Ottomans. Um. We do have a little bit of a road network. It's not much of one, right? We're Borneo. If we could get a road built here, it would connect us to our capital, right? Or I guess technically here would as well, but this feels like it'd be the best way, right? Seriously? Is it going to take me all the way around there? Okay. So currently we have what? 35% control. We're making 0.3 out of 1.15 potentially. Is October 1352. I mean, it said we could declare war on them to claim the throne. But it says we don't actually have that ability. So, um, seriously. So, come January of 1353, this will be the Bulgarian slaves will be underneath 2%. This will be under 3%. We're going to stop trying to build a spy network in Wallachia because now that we are in a personal union with them or a diplomatic union with them, there is a chance that we'll be able to, what do I want to say, get them as a vassal. So if we could do that, and then later on just annex them, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. 3 years essentially for the RGOs, and good lord, who knows on that. We are up to almost 850,000 people, 5.04 ducats. Again, Slivin, right, we're at 36% control. Proximity, 55%. Tudor Stratzimir, who is a grandson. We'll give him a military education, right? None of our granddaughters had that. What the hell happened to our money? Okay, sure. Of course, and then of course, integrating the pops will also be a big thing. But so, fuck it. Sorry. 51.71 ducats now, but we do have a road being built to Bury from Sliven, which will at least give us a connection here, right? From the road that existed without us doing anything. Um, and then we can at least go north, right? From Plovdiv to the capital. It's not great. 40 days remaining, or 41 days, sorry, turnover for the lumber bill, which is supposed to give us a little bit of money. Sorry, I was just thinking here. I live in Iowa, here in the States, and I was just thinking we're building gravel roads. We have a lot of gravel roads ourselves. Obviously, like the techniques for the gravel roads are a little bit different, but it's just kind of funny to me the thought that we have gravel roads and we rely on them as well. So yeah, I don't know how much is going to happen for a few episodes, right? Like we'll continue to try to build. We'll continue to try to grow the economy. We'll continue to maybe try to get Wallachia as a vassal. We have researched codified privileges and duties. Great privilege costs -10%. Entrenching the societal role of each state in our quarterly routine will ease the process of granting new privileges without causing rivalries between different estates. Nice. Although we lost money. A lot of money. Like 3 dimes, 33 ducats. Or is it 31? I don't know, it's 30 something. Yeah, you can see again, point or -1, right? Lumber. So that's why we built a lumber bill, trying to deal with that. So this guy's going to come down and deal with the nobility insurgency because the nobility doesn't like me. Oh, they like me a little bit better than they used to, so it would be nice if they had, lost a little bit of their power, but does not seem like they did. So I think we're going to at least get through the road being built, right? And the lumber mill's got 10 days away, so we'll definitely get there. Can see Wallachia likes me. I guess getting your butt kicked twice will do that, or at least losing a war twice, or I don't know. kick their butt. What are they building? Settlements and a settlement. Well, the frustrating thing about the rebels, honestly, is simply the fact that as we lost a lot more money, we've lost about 50 cents the last 2 months. That's not good. The lumber mill has been built. Well, what I was going to say about the rebellion, the most frustrating part about that is, or the rebels, right? Is we're not. I mean, I guess maybe I could still be focused on try to integrate provinces, but I can't. I'm not doing that right now because I'm trying to crack down on the rebellion or the chance of a rebellion. So without integrating those provinces, right, we don't get as much income and all of that into the country. So it's a little bit of a little bit of an irritating side effect, I guess you could call it. 1.37 remaining for the slave uprising. This is at 6.94%. It's obviously going to go up. 10% for the no guy. Like, maybe it would be better to just let them rebel. I don't know. What is our army at? 7,000 men. Again, all levies, no regulars. .56 trade capacity. But what I wanted to do, right, was to go down here and say, hey, we're going to build a distillers guild. Right. And then trade liquor, continue to trade the liquor, be like a liquor oh, continue to produce the liquor, right? That's where I get was the goal initially. Lumber mills negative 0.49, ducats 0.77 income plus 0.28 potential profit. We're making 2.69 out of 9.71. What else do we have a lot of? Like in Constantinople, like wait, fish. That's kind of surprising. But wine, we have a lot of. Cloth, we have a decent amount of. Clay, actually, livestock. Okay. Wine, really? Well, yeah. All right. Plus 18.27. All righty. Roads been built. Where you saw lumber, I wanted to check in on that. Lumber, where'd you go? There you are. Okay. It's perfectly balanced again. Um well, yeah, we'll set some flying cloth over to pest. Tanneries are all losing money. I don't know why, but they are. Um Once we get into May of 1353, the Mongolian patriots will finally be under 2% rebel strength. The Bulgarian slaves are almost completely repressed, I guess you could call it. I mean, the Tailors Guild definitely makes the most amount of money right now. Carpenters Guild would make a little bit. And why is this losing money? For what? We have livestock. We don't have sand, I guess. Right? Well, we'd actually need more sand. End of the Black Death. Okay, well, that's good. All right, so we have finally lost the procurement of remedies. So we did make it to the end of the Black Death. Um, Puts us temporarily, at least, close to 6 ducats a month, which and then it goes down. Um, Relations improved. I don't care that Serbia likes me. I don't really want Serbia to like me. We're up to 39% control in Sliven. 7,100 men, which, is a decent army for the time. 1353, but also at the same time, no regimental men, so, right? And can we... No. Okay. I was just trying to see if we could do anything regarding minting more gold, but we can't. I think somewhere down here... Yep, down here. But I mean, we have no controller proximity, and it's not even integrated. But we do have a silver mine as well in Melnik. Truces will end in 5 years. Of course, part of what the Byzantine Empire did in the treaty was not only give us land, they did annul their treaties with Wallachia as Serbia, so we no longer have to worry about that. Um, if we do declare war on Serbia, God, I'm just... And we just lost 40 cents because I don't know why. But we did. Price fluctuations, I guess. I don't know. Now, we are going to get rid of the Bulgarian slave uprising, and then we're immediately going to go deal with the nobility. Once we get into July, this will get down to 150, and then we'll deal with. I mean, they're not really growing very much, but we'll deal with them. And then in a couple of episodes, maybe we'll be able to start integrating some damn provinces. Oh, to be fair, growing at 0.09%, I don't know if that's really a threat, but um so maybe we put one on the crackdown and then put the other one onto integration. The fluctuation monthly of the economy kind of cracks me up, to be honest, but Ivan is now 52. His eldest son still has the three daughters. His second son has two sons and a daughter. And of course, his youngest son is still unmarried but has a one son after the death of his wife. And he is 27. So theoretically, we could be having a new king at some point. I know in the past I had said we might move the capital to Plovdiv. I think we will leave it in Tarnovo. We might build a market in Tarnovo and see what that does, but eight hundred fifty thousand, 3,000 people. We lost 4 dimes again at the start of the month. We lost 5 dimes now. Um, right. We'll get him cracking down on the nobility. We have a lot of unprofitable buildings again. We'll actually get rid of them all that are unprofitable. Which in theory will help us not be missing burgers, right? In theory. Court maintenance, buildings, diplomatic spending, cost of the court. Okay. We'll get to August, and then we'll wrap up the episode. Do appreciate everybody sticking with me. The internal struggles of the Golden Horde. The barbarians of the Golden Horde are struggling in their whole civil war borders, once terrorized by their constant raids, can at long last recover. Some are advisors, some want to go further. According to them, the only way to maintain peace is through the destruction of the Golden Horde once and for all. We'll gain another Casus Belli. Which, you know, I don't think we really won, but we've got it. All right, everybody. Thank you for your time today, and I will talk to y'all later.